Child, and what the hell news? Geoffrey Owens, aka Elvin from the Cosby Show, said Nicki Minaj gifted him $25,000. And this fool gave it to charity. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to It Girl Uncensored. It's your girl CC, the pop culture It Girl, and I'm back with another video. If you're new here, welcome, and hit that like and subscribe button because we are growing every single day.
It's because I'm growing, and so are you.
And if you're returning, welcome back to the Negro Shenanigans. Listen, I don't know how I should feel about this story, but I'm going to tell y'all how I do feel about this story. You know, I thought Elvin's character on the Cosby Show was always slow, okay? He always said something stupid, and he always did something stupid. And he was very prideful in the show. Remember the episode of the Cosby Show where Elvin and Sandra lived in an apartment and she was big as hell, pregnant, about to pop in today with them twins, and the apartment was hell, and you had brown water coming up out of there, noises like it was a mess. At one point, Cliff and Claire jumped on the floor because they didn't know what the hell was going on. They thought somebody was shooting or it was a bomb going off or whatever, but Elvin and Sandra were just sitting there regular because they was used to the shenanigans, and he refused to get help from anybody, and it took so much out of him to receive help. He was willing to put his wife and unborn children that she was carrying at risk, all because of pride. I didn't know that this was Geoffrey in real life. So back in 2018, Geoffrey was spotted working at Trader Joe's, and somebody took a picture and it went completely viral, and he was job shamed for it because people like, how did somebody go from being on a hit show, the Cosby Show, and working at Trader Joe's? So, you know, a lot of people that's not in the business, they don't understand that, you know, it's not always consistent money, or just because you were famous at one point in time, that doesn't mean that the money added up to it, right? So when that happened, he got all kind of roles, right? So today, he is saying that Nicki Minaj at that time gave him $25,000, and here's what he had to say about it.
Everybody was chiming in, encouraging me and supporting me and giving me work. You know, Tyler Perry, you know, mostly, and eventually 50 Cent and Nicki Minaj.
Right.
Nicki Minaj sent me money. Yeah. He sent me $25,000.
Right. So gave it to a charity.
I did give it to a charity.
Why you give that money to a charity?
You know what? I don't know. At the time, it seemed like the right thing to do.
Well, thank God.
Nicki Minaj had hired me.
Okay.
She had paid me $25,000 to do something. Right. I would have said, thank you for the work. Thank you. I accept. Right. Just being given that money just as a gift just didn't seem right to keep it. I felt like, well, like I'm in need to a certain extent, but there are other people that are much more in need of this money than I am.
Okay.
I'm not understanding. He said that he didn't want to take the money because it felt like charity. Just to give it to charity. But you are the charity. What are you talking about? People felt sorry for you because you were working at Trader Joe's, which everyone felt like you shouldn't have. And they felt bad because, like, damn, somebody that we grew up watching on TV has to work at Trader Joe's because he's not making a living in acting. And Nicki Minaj, the queen of rap, came out of nowhere and gifted you $25,000, probably because she's a fan of the show. And she's just doing her big one. You know what I'm saying? Big Sagittarius energy. We always helping somebody out. And you took her hard-earned money and you gave it to charity. All because he felt like he didn't want any handouts. But I'm here to say, Geoffrey, you were the charity because you needed it. So he tried to say, if Nicki Minaj had offered him work, that's different. But Tyler Perry and them offered him work. But I'm here to say, Geoffrey, all the roles that you were offered after that Trader Joe picture went viral, those were charity roles. So in a sense, you still took handouts. You didn't audition for those roles. Nobody was thinking about Elvin from the Cosby Show. No shade. But you weren't on anybody's mind at all. Because if you were, you wouldn't have been working at Trader Joe's. So because that went viral, Tyler Perry was one of the first to reach out to you and offer you 10 episodes on the Half and Have Nots. And then 50 Cent came calling, and now you on Papa's house. Like, but understand that those were considered charity roles. They gave that to you because they felt sorry for you. And sometimes you got the Florida Evans syndrome. This is called the Florida Evans syndrome, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Florida Evans kept everybody in the hood, and James paid the ultimate price for it. Y'all remember when James found what was like $20-something thousand in the trash, and Florida made him turn it in? You remember that? Don't this sound familiar? Huh? Y'all was trying to keep y'all head above water, trying to make a way that you can with temporary layoffs and good times, okay? Scratching and surviving, okay? Hanging out and jiving. Like, and this man, your husband, your hard-working husband who suffers from hypertension because of probably the food that you cooking or lack of, because y'all ain't had no damn money, he found $20,000 in a trash can, and you want him to turn it into the police. Remember when they turned down Cousin Raymond's offer to move them into a nice-ass condo by the lake? Remember that? Remember when Florida turned down $5,000 to do that damn tonic commercial? Remember when Florida told James not to tour with that reverend? Now, granted, morally speaking, they was going to be doing some scamming. However, James could have did about one or two of them things just to get them above the water, okay? Kick JJ out the house for paying the rent with money that he won from gambling, like betting on horses or something, or horse racing or something. You kicked your son out because he trying to help your broke ass. I could have swore James turned down a job. I think maybe, I don't know, it has something to do with hours or something. All I know is Florida ass didn't want to be alone. Just for James to end up having to go down to Mississippi, work hard, get into a car accident, and die. So in a sense, she was alone when he left. Just to marry Carl and move away and leave her kids back in the hood, scratching and surviving. Good times. That's that Florida Evans syndrome. Listen, I ain't trying to shame him. I don't know what is this called? Charity shaming? I don't know. But if I'm Nicki Minaj, I'm somewhere like,
Are you that f***ing dumb?
You're dismissed.
So here's the thing. All jokes aside, and I mean it really wasn't jokes. I mean everything I said. However, you don't want to be too prideful to the point where you're missing out on your blessings, because that was a blessing. I don't know. He didn't name any other celebrities, so I don't know if anybody else donated actual money. But he don't have any ties to Nicki Minaj. And she took the goodness out of her heart to donate $25,000 to him. And she didn't have to do that, but she did. That was a blessing. And you just handed off your blessing, and you're still struggling. He's saying that he's still struggling. I'm in the business too. I ain't in Hollywood yet. I'm on my way, period. But I understand, even being locally in Detroit acting is hard to make a living. I work at the plant. Check out my video on being a black actress in Detroit.
Link in the description of the video.
I remember a time a couple of years ago where, like, so at one point I was homeless, right? Not too long. However, I didn't have nowhere to go. It's crazy. It's a whole nother story. I'm going to do a video on it. But anyway, first of all, I didn't want to take no money from anybody who had me out on my ass. No shade. No shade, mama. But it's just like I had a problem with it because it's like, I remember when I didn't have nothing at all, and I felt like in my mind, I'm like, no, I had to drag myself out of it by myself before. I have to learn how to do that without having handouts. So that was my mindset. But then I had to not be so prideful to the point where, you know what I'm saying? I'm overly stressed out. I'm overly working myself. So, essentially, I understand that, but don't let that pride make you stupid. Okay? I ain't saying you gotta take money from everybody. You just don't. But at the same time, you have to recognize your blessings. You just do. You just have to. And that was a blessing. And you gave that away because you didn't want no handout. But I need you to understand that every role that you had since then has been handouts. That was, in a sense, charity. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you were charity. She donated to charity. Nicki Minaj donated to charity, which was you. And you donated to charitier. That's not a word, but it is today. I just can't. I would have never admitted that. Honestly, this is a slap in the face to Nicki Minaj. If I'm Nicki, I'm not happy about that. That doesn't make me smile. Nigga, I could donate to charity myself. I would be upset, and I would be upset and offended and irritated. I would rather him not have kept that story. He should have never ever said that, and then out your mouth next to say that you still struggling.
Everyone listening, even today, right now as we speak, I still struggle to make a living. I struggle every day to make my ends meet.
Cause what you doing with the acting money? I'm not in the mood. I'm not. Tell me what y'all think. I'm done. I Florida Evans syndrome. Don't ever be that prideful to keep yourself in the bind. Don't ever, it's just, some things is unnecessary. All money ain't good money. That's not the case. And it's just, but you know what? Hey, if he feel good about it at the end of the day, if he can sleep well that night, even though his water about to get cut off and he ain't got no lights, no food, then hey, who are we to judge? Not me. We listen, we don't judge my ass. Me and my friends would never. We would never. Nicki Minaj, donate to me, girl. How about that? Nicki, if you listening, girl, I'm a working actress. I work very hard. Operation Get CC out the plant. Please hit the like and subscribe button because we got to get me out the plant because the plant ain't a place for me. I am at the big 3. However, the plant ain't no place for me. I got a movie coming out called What About Your Friends this next year, but I'm starting my own production company, and that takes money. So donate the coins. Do it for somebody that's actually out here doing it and actually appreciate it. Cause see, I would took the money and I would have invested into something that made more money. You know what I'm saying? It's just this is just piss me off. I'm pissed off now. Bye. I like and subscribe. Bye.